When Queen Victoria set foot on Indian soil through her own gateway here behind me, she did not need a visa. But for every day that you are in New Zealand, you need to have a valid visa. Visas come generally in two categories: temporary and residence. Temporary visas, student visas, visitor visas, work visas mean that after a while you are expected to return home, or before the expiry of your visa, apply for a new one. A visa can never be changed or upgraded. It stays what it is, and if you need a different visa, you apply for a new one. When it comes to visitor visas, usually the rule is no more than 6 months in a 12-month period as a visitor in New Zealand. If you have a work visa, there are two classes. Open work visas, where you can pick any employer, you can change employment anytime, you don't have to ask, you don't have to apply. Or you have closed work visas, like the accredited employer work visa, where your work, your employer, your location is given as a condition of your visa, and you must work only for that employer in that location, in that job. If your job changes, you need to apply for a variation of condition. And then we have student visas. On a normal visitor visa, you can study up to 3 months a year, but that's not enough for a real qualification. So for most studies in New Zealand, you need a student visa. For the higher class studies, a bachelor level 7, a postgraduate diploma, a master's level 9, or a PhD, you will be able to get an open work visa after your studies. 3 years for bachelor, 3 years for master's, and for PhD. And during that time, you're expected to find employment that ultimately leads to residence. Under the new category of skilled migrant visa, you need 6 points in order to get residence. A bachelor is 3 points, a master's 5 points, a PhD is 6. And for each missing point that you have, you need 1 year of work. So a 3-year bachelor, 3 points. After 3 years of work, skilled employment, you can apply for residence. A master's degree, only 1 year of skilled work is needed to apply for residence. And then we have residence class visas, usually the skilled migrant category visa that requires you to either have a registered profession, to have at least a bachelor qualification, or to be earning at least 1.5 times median wage, and then you work your way up the ladder to residence. We have Green List Tier 1, a immediate to residence program for few professions where you have to meet qualification requirements and where you also have to make sure that you actually do that job. We have Tier 2 on the Green List, a 2-year work to that residence program where you would work for 2 years in a qualifying job and then apply for residence. And then we have the high pay category, where if you earn high pay, you will be able to also, after 2 years, apply for residence. An NZETA is not a visa. It only goes with visa waiver passports so that you are able to travel to New Zealand. The visa is in your passport. It is not a separate visa. Where the NZETA allows you to travel, that NZETA is purely for those people who hold a visa waiver passport. So, in New Zealand, many chances to go to residence, many chances for study, for visit, for work. Make sure you pick the correct visa, and then you should be fine.